I think I've been sad since we won. Happy but sad. Because I love this team with all my heart. No, I love this team with all my heart. And I've been watching them for a long time. And, like you said, who knows who's going to come back next season? Because you only stay for so long in college. You can't be there for a lifetime. But Jalen Brunson could retire a Knick.
I'm Camden from Fort Worth, Texas.
And I'm Mitch from Westfield, New Jersey.
And this is Big Apple Benches and Bleachers,
A father-son sports podcast.
Under 5 to play. Brunson looks, Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game. Brunson gets away from Castle, the floater's up and good! Jalen Brunson with another answer. Vassell trying to come off the screen. Castle the inbound. Lobs it cross court to Wemby. Wemby turns, puts up the three-pointer. Off the mark, Castle with the slam. A huge tip-in. Knicks have now missed 3 free throws down the stretch here. Knocks down the other.
It can bounce high in the air, so you almost had to foul in that moment because there wasn't enough difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Josh Hart, big free throws. Drives inside, whips a pass out. Hart, three-pointer. Fight for the rebound, loose. Harper comes up with it. Harper pushing, going coast to coast, layup, missed it. Hart the rebound. And a quick foul with 26.1 remaining. Or you press up and immediately take a foul in the backcourt. Up court, you don't even have to foul. Fox, 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
All right. Are we back?
Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, after 53 years of waiting, decades of heartbreak, countless rebuilds, near misses, the New York Knicks are finally, once again, your NBA champions.
Awesome. And we're going to break it all down. We're going to look at the whole series. We're going to look at the whole playoffs, all the records they break, the way they did it, and how they did it. But before we do that, what do you want to do, Cam? First of all, why don't you welcome everybody to the show?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special episode that we're so thrilled to be able to have of Big Apple Benches and Bleachers.
You don't sound too excited.
Oh, are you kidding me? This has just been, I'm like emotionally dry after the last week. This has been such an amazing run. It's been phenomenal to watch the boys win.
Yeah. All right. Let's get pumped. Let's
go, Knicks!
Yeah. How about a little toast first before we get going? You got something?
Oh, shit. Let me grab something. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Quick. Okay. All right. We're going to do a little toast to some special stuff here. Since I'm in the bar in New Jersey, Camden's in his apartment. And he better get back here quick. And then we're going to go over all the records, all the series, everything that's happened. This is an all-Knicks show. Not doing anything else. What do you got, Cam?
Some more Old Fitzgerald bottled and bond.
Okay. I'm going to have a little bit of brandy, thanks to our good friend Dr. Cohen. I'm running out of it. It's getting down there, but little Duke.
I'm jealous. Save some for when I come home next.
I will.
We got to toast.
I will. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right.
Don't tell my mother, but I'm going to have a cigar tonight after the podcast.
It's up to you. Well, now it's on being recorded. Okay. Here you go, buddy.
Hold on.
I wish you had your Knicks tequila there. You could crack that open, but that's in a box that's to be shipped
tequila.
out.
I might actually, after a championship, I might have considered cracking the Knicks Maker's Mark.
Do you have it with you?
No.
All right. We'll get it out there this summer. Next year, next championship.
Yeah, if they do a special edition one, I'm
All right.
have to have you
Here's
get it for me.
here's a toast to your Knicks. We've had a great sports year, right?
Yes, we
We're at the
have.
Penn State game. We had a great season in Indiana
Got
football.
Indiana
We're at the national
champions.
Yeah.
The
We
New
can show
York
everybody
Knicks
to watch.
are
Yeah.
wearing
Little toast, right?
little Larry O'Brien trophy stuff.
That's Eastern Conference Finals T-shirt.
No, these are finals T-shirts.
Oh, okay, good. All right, well, you got to get some T-shirts out to me. Yeah, okay, cool. Get it out to me.
One out to you. You ordered your own for the championship.
I did. Right.
We got these two together because I wasn't sure which one I wanted, and I picked this one reluctantly because I want both, but I'm not going to leave you with nothing. So
yeah, I got to get one.
Yeah. All right, cheers. Here's to the New York Knicks.
Great season.
Heard something wonderful
Unbelievable.
from the news reporters, the radio guys from MSG Network.
Okay.
They said, here's to the 2026 New York Knicks, where no lead is too big and no point guard is too small. And
I like that. Excellent.
Toast. So
to Jalen and the guys.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's smooth. Okay. So let's get into the game because they did it in unbelievable fashion, right? They played out of their mind. Well, after they were down 2-1 to the Hawks, they blew through the playoffs.
That was like the wake-up moment, I think.
I mean, they turned it on. I looked up their point differential for the playoffs. It was plus 283. It's the highest any team's ever had in the playoffs. Now, they went to San Antonio, and the other episode people saw we were there, so that's cool. And by the way, I asked Micah to add a photo of us to the opening from San Antonio, which is cool.
Cool.
But they struggled. I mean, look, gentlemen sweep, 4-1, great. They struggled in every single game and pulled it out. I mean, they played really bad basketball in this series against the Spurs. The Spurs were the dominant team. The Spurs led for 177 minutes in the games.
And the Knicks led for 59.
And what did Shaq say?
He said, those are the wrong minutes. He's right.
Yeah,
those are the wrong minutes.
They led for the wrong minutes.
Right. Because it doesn't. You could lead 98%, 99.9% of the game, but as long as you're not leading when the clock is up, fuck does it matter.
Right. And they trailed by double digits in every single one of these games.
Yes, they did.
Including the one they lost. Yeah, absolutely. Well, why don't you bring up anything you want? We can talk about first let's talk about the finals. We could also go back and look at the playoffs with the Hawks and the Sixers and the Cavs. So what do you want to talk about first? Want to give us some stats?
I'm going to talk about my experience first.
Okay. Let's not forget about basketball. Go ahead.
No, we won't. This is about basketball. We're going to talk about my experience of the game. The writing was on the wall. When we were down by 10 in the third quarter, I was watching with my buddy Archer. Shout out to Archer. And shout out to the San Antonio Spurs on a wonderful season. Wemby, you're a little bit of a bitch, but the Spurs had a great season. And
they're a great team.
Very talented organization. Exactly.
Right.
They're gonna have.
They'll make some adjustments off season and do some things. Right.
And so I want to congratulate them, and I congratulate Archer on a great season, stuff like that. But
he's a Spurs fan.
Yeah, we were sitting together at the bar last night, and I just at halftime, I kind of felt like I knew we were gonna win. And
yeah, you really believe that?
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know. At halftime, I felt good because we were only 5 points down. I was hoping we would be 3 points down. But then as they started to stretch it out again in the third, going into the fourth, I started getting a little worried. But I forgot that we had the captain on our team. So
Dad, we've done that every game this series that we won. Gone down by 10 or more and come back. And these guys are resilient. They know what the fuck they're doing. They know how to play basketball. They know all of these things. And Jalen Brunson is the guy. He is him.
He is the guy. He
was
wins. Just
born
Google.
to play basketball.
Yeah, there's no question about
That's
it.
what
But
they
you know
say,
what?
Jalen Brunson, born to play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no question that the guys were not playing well last night, and Jalen took over and stepped up and I mean carried the team on his back. He scored almost half of the points that were scored
45.
last night.
Between him,
Right.
Josh, and
They
McHale,
scored
they
94.
72 out of the 94 points. The Villanova trio.
Right. And Spurs were held under 20. Nobody scored 20 points. I think Ron Harper did. But he's a bench player.
Harper.
None of the starters scored
Dylan
over
Harper.
20 points. What did I say? Oh, Ron Harper's his dad. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
But I think the things that make this team unique is that when somebody's off, other people step up. There were nights when Jalen was off and he was passing and assisting, and then OG stepped up, or McHale stepped up, or Hart stepped up, or whatever.
You know what?
Even what's his name? Cat had a really tough game yesterday and ended up fouling out.
I was going to say, we talked about it all season, even before we started the podcast. Lance and I would talk about it all the time too. He said to me today, he said, look, Camden, everything comes out in the end. He said, look at Cat. Game 5, Jalen puts on the game of his life. We win the series. We win the NBA Finals. And where's Cat? The defensive liability he was all regular season. He fouls out early with 6 fouls. He gets 2 points in the whole game and like 3 assists or 3 or 4 assists. He played terribly, but he didn't need to play well.
No, because other guys stepped up. Well, he fouled out late. I think it was like under 3 minutes,
but still
to go in the game. Yeah,
he was. I mean, we barely had him all game because he had 2 fouls early, and then we put him back in, and then he had 2 more fouls real quick. Then he went out again, and then 2 more again. No. I mean,
I got to say though, I think resilience would be the word I use for these guys. I mean, they are just incredible.
Hard.
I want to mention where are the stats that I put together? Let's see.
It's hard, Dad.
What?
It is hard.
Yep.
These guys have the heart to win it. They knew what it would take to be here. And to watch Jalen and OG, who never show any emotion, show this emotion was such an amazing thing. You watch Jalen walk into the room and he's like freaking out, dancing with his boys, spraying champagne all over the place. That's not him, because it's not him during the season. He wants to show that he is the strong player and he's going to lead the team, but the job's finished. And they had nothing but celebrating to do last night. There's a video of OG with blacked out sunglasses on, wearing the hat that they gave all the guys.
Was it sunglasses or were the goggles that they had?
No, sunglasses. And he's holding the Larry O'Brien trophy from the bottom with both arms.
Right.
And he's just smiling. And I can truly tell you, for the first time in my life, I saw a genuine OG Anunoby smile.
Yeah, well, they did it. It wasn't like we still got work to do. They did it. By the way, statistically, if you look at the stats, now I know the Spurs led a lot more minutes than the Knicks did, but like Shaq said, wrong minutes. That's how we won. But if you look at their stats, they both averaged 105 points per game. Their rebounds per game were about the same. Mm-hmm. Their assists per game were about the same. Their field goal percentages were about the same. Their free throws percentage were just about the same. I mean, statistically, they were very evenly matched. However,
you know what the problem was?
Largest lead, largest comeback, right? Jalen scores 45 points in Game 5.
Which matches Michael Jordan's record for an NBA Finals clinch.
Correct. It's the highest scoring, right?
It's not.
It's a clinch. Well, he tied with MJ.
No, I think it's 49 was the highest one. And but he tied with MJ for like second or third on the list.
Okay, I think this was the highest scoring finals game in Knicks history.
Correct.
For sure, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, but Dad,
seven kids. They were 15-1 since they were since they were down 1-2 to the Hawks.
Yep.
The only other game they lost was Game 4, right?
I mean, they had a 16-3
They tied the NBA playoff record for most three-pointers in one playoff game, 25. I think that was in the Cavs series.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? It was the sweep of the Philadelphia series was the most lopsided series ever recorded that outside of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They had the largest finals comeback, multiple double-digit comebacks, which we know because they were losing by double digits. And at the end of the day, look, I would love to be talking to Jalen Brunson and interviewing him if he would get him on the show. Like, what goes through a player's head like that when you're that down and you just keep playing and you just keep trying and you just keep hitting it? That's the difference between guys that are mature and have playing experience and the guys on the Spurs who were
immature,
very good but young.
Experience.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of game experience. They don't have a lot of playoff experience. So when they start seeing we're coming back, we're tying it, where they're like, I'm sure in their head, they're like, oh, it's happening again. And it gives us an edge. I mean, he's just relentless.
I mean,
nothing phases this guy.
I know. At halftime, I said to Archer, well, you got to feel good. You guys are up. You guys are winning. He said, yeah, by 5.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, that's not enough.
You're winning. And he was like, yeah, and we were winning by 29.
Right. Exactly.
Jalen's just different. And you know what? This is the reason that the Spurs lost the series, even though statistically the teams are pretty even.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're behind by 1 point every game. Doesn't matter what the stats say, right?
Throughout the series, the San Antonio Spurs averaged 57% from the field in the first quarter of the finals.
Right.
In the second quarter, they averaged 48%. In the third quarter, they averaged 43%. And in the fourth quarter, they averaged like 37 or 38%.
Yeah, they were not good finishers. There's no question about
It
it.
fell apart.
Yeah, they did. But interestingly enough, though, our point differential was very tight. In the Hawks series, after we were down 2-1, by the way, we only lost I think we lost the game 2 and game 3 by a point. Right? It was real close.
Yeah.
We were up. We were plus 16, plus 29, and plus 51 in game 7. Right? Then we went to Philly. We were plus 39 in the opening game, only plus 6 and plus 14, and plus 30 in the fourth game. Okay, we did. It was 6 games, right? 6-2, yeah, of course, has to be. But in the Spurs series, we won the first game by 10, but after that, you're talking +1, -4, +1, +4.
These were tight games.
Yeah, well, they're defensive like. And Wemby's just unbelievable when it comes to defense. But you know what,
Dad? Jalen said last night. They said, Jalen, what was going through your head? Down by 10, late in the third quarter. He said, I wasn't playing another game. It's been a long season.
Right, exactly. They were going home with the trophy. I think Jalen, just like he did in game what was it? When did they come back 29 points? Game 3?
Game 4.
Game 4, right? They lost game 3. I just think that he just was not going to lose that game. He was going to do everything he could to make up that difference. And when the ice cracked in the third quarter of that game, they started missing 3 points. By the way, the script I put together for this show, because we use a lot of AI tools, whatever. It says Knicks NBA champs, the championship that changed New York forever.
It's true.
After 53 years of waiting, after decades of heartbreak, after countless rebuilds and near misses, the New York Knicks are once again champions.
I did the intro of that.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. All right, so
Did you see the video of Jalen walking up to the press conference? He walks
Probably.
up.
I saw a lot of videos.
He walks up. He's got the Larry O'Brien trophy in one hand.
Right.
Like this. And the NBA Finals MVP trophy in the other hand like this. You paying attention?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you guys want me to be my normal, humble self, or should I talk my shit? And then he sits down. and they're all laughing, and like they were all drunk celebrating last night.
Right,
You know,
of course.
it was just amazing to watch. But let's do a recap of the game because
Okay.
you know
It is what it is. This is benches and bleachers.
this was just an amazing playoff run. You guys are probably so shocked that I'm so quiet, and
You need
it's
some
just,
animation. This is a show.
I'm like shell shocked, Dad. I genuinely I don't know what to say. I've cried my tears. I have spent more money than I'd like to on the New York Knicks this season between the nice T-shirts and the finals merch and the tickets to the game and the
Yeah, but that was worth it. We went to game 2.
it was
we were
all
there.
worth it. And
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm at a loss for words. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. I can think back to the middle of the season when post All-Star break we had a 12 or 13 game stretch where we won one instead of winning 12.
Basketball's a long season.
I just everyone was like, this is why Mike Brown is not that guy. This is why Karl Anthony Towns is not that guy. This is why Jalen is not that guy. And
Right.
we believed.
Well, they
And
made some adjustments, in the Cavs series, in that Hawks series. Well, after you went off during the podcast, I think that had a lot to do with it. Mike Brown made some adjustments in the lineup, started putting the big men in together, and we started turning things around.
hey, Leon Rose, where's my ring?
Absolutely. I think game 4 was really the game of the series.
It was the game of the century.
Unbelievable. When you see OG getting in there, you saw the clip from the Daily Show where they were talking sports wars. It was hysterical.
And they're like, he's like, I want to talk about the Knicks this week. And he's like, I'm talking about the Knicks this week. And he's like, no, you're not. I'm talking about the Knicks. They're probably, so then someone else says, well, what about, the NHL championship? And they're like, well, fuck the NHL. It's so funny. This is about the New York Knicks. Like,
yeah, if anybody can catch it, it's very good. It was Ronnie Chang and Michael Costa.
Everything is about New York right now. And I have such bad fear of missing out because the city is pandemonium last night. I spoke to Lance this morning. He said they were out till 4:30 last night celebrating.
I'm sure. And then when's the parade? Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, you watch it on TV. We'll watch it too.
Lance posted on his story today. Oh my! It was like in quotes. What a game that was last night. And then it says dash Adam Sandler. And then it says asterisk, I ran into him in the Lower East Side today. And he was wearing his Knicks stuff. And Adam said what a game that was last night to him on the street.
It's he was there at game 4.
The New Yorkers are just alive. The city is alive. It must be amazing.
You can hear it from across the river. The city was on fire.
You remember Brian, my doorman?
Yes.
I texted
in New York.
him and I said, Brian, we fucking did it. We won
He's a big
an
Knicks fan,
NBA
right?
championship. Yeah. And he was like, dude, it is pandemonium here. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He was sending me videos of where he is in Brooklyn. And he said, listen, I don't care when it is. It could be 10 years from now. Next time you're in New York, you let me know. We're going to have a toast to our 2026 New York Knicks. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's just something so exciting. And you see all these, videos of everywhere in the city. Everyone's going ballistic and they're crying and screaming and jumping and, whatever. It's just something special about this team. And I hope that they can keep them together next year. Let's hope all the boys decide to take minimums and keep their contracts where they are and make a few more tries at this because there'll
be some moves. Some guys will be getting contracts other places. They got opportunities. I told you that, guys like Shamet and guys who really stepped up this year and had minimal contracts, they got to take advantage when they can, and they should do it.
Hopefully we can retain the starting 5.
Year. We'll have to see. I think that tip in by OG is like equivalent to the Omar Cooper Jr. catch in the end zone of Penn State. I mean, just like you couldn't have done it better. Couldn't have scripted it better. That was just
I
unbelievable.
know. It was
Fantastic.
Look, I just want
What
to
other
say,
stats we have?
I
Yeah.
want to say, like, Jalen, Josh, OG, Cat, Mikhail, Deuce, Landry, Tyler, Pacom, Ariel Huckporty, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, I could keep going on, and maybe I should. Jose Alvarado. I mean, Jordan Clarkson. I mean, we'll even shout out some of the guys that we lost along the way. Dante DiVincenzo, Isaiah Hartenstein. You know, it's just.
What's the deal? If you leave halfway through the season, you still get a ring from the team?
Yeah, but there's no one.
They left too early. Right. Yeah.
I mean, even like guys like Campaign or PJ
yeah, right.
Tucker or Precious Achua.
Oh, yeah, miss him.
I mean, like, all of those guys have brought us to where we are. So, to all of you and more, I'm forgetting some for sure. Kevin McCullough Jr. and Mohamed Diawara, big name. I mean, I could keep going on. We love you guys. You will forever be New Yorkers. No one is ever going to charge you money for anything in New York City ever again.
Do you think? So I was thinking of that. If you're Jalen Brunson or you're Josh Hart or OG or whatever, you go into a restaurant, whatever, you make a reservation, go with your family, you right? Do you think that the owner comes up and says, dude, your money is no good here? There's no way. We'll give you whatever you want. There's no way we're charging you a dime for this food. Don't you think that's happening?
Yes. If Jalen Brunson walks into fucking Target in New York City, someone's going to say, oh, I'll give up my job to risk giving you all this shit for free. Have a nice day. There's no...
they go to the best restaurants in the city. I'm sure they were wine and dining. By the way, the Knicks were the first team in NBA history to win 3 consecutive playoff games by more than 25 points. They won the last 2 Hawks games, plus 29, plus 51, and then they beat the Philadelphia in the first game by plus 39. We already talked about the three-pointer thing, and what else was there? There was another stat I just saw. Oh, we talked about the plus 83-point differential for the series. Nobody has done that. And do you know what it would have been like if they were still playing well? I think that break, because they went 2 sweeps in a row, the break that they had between the Cavs and the Spurs, I think really hurt them.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, ultimately it didn't matter, right? But, I mean, they had to do some extraordinary things to win the finals because they were rusty. They were just so hot before that. They were dropping buckets and they weren't hitting things. I mean, they were stealing the ball, they were getting the ball, they were stopping them from scoring, and then they would go up and do a layup, they'd miss it. They do a fading 2-pointer, miss it. 3 points, miss it. It shouldn't have been that close. I mean, we shouldn't have had to come back. So,
I mean,
but they did. But look, that's what champions are made of, right? I mean, that's the way I look at it.
I think I've been sad since we won. Happy but sad.
Why? Because it's over?
Because I love this.
Aren't you relieved?
With all my heart. No, I love this team with all my heart, and I've been watching them for a long time. And they're your boys. I mean, who, like you said, who knows who's going to come back next season? And
but that's the spoils of war. Look at Indiana, right? A lot of those guys are seniors,
but it's
and
different,
they left.
Dad. It's different.
Why is it different?
That's college. You only stay for so long in college. You can't be there for a lifetime. But Jalen Brunson could retire a Knick.
He could. You don't know. You don't know. He goes a couple of seasons. They can't make it happen. He's playing well, but the chemistry's not there. He asks for a trade. He gets traded. I bet you that if Wemby, they don't win a championship over the next year or two, he wants to get traded. He's going to want to trade. Yeah, Wants to go somewhere where he wins a championship.
It's amazing how
he'd like to do it in San Antonio, but at the end of the day, he wants to win a ring.
It's amazing how, the portrayal of him during the offseason is the guy that goes and lives with the monks and shaves his head and he plays chess in the rain and he paints paintings and reads books and all these things, and then he's pushing Jalen Brunson to the ground. It's very interesting, but I agree. I think that based on some more whiskey, huh? Go for it.
We're celebrating. I'm not going to drink any more Duke though with that.
It just doesn't feel real, and I think that that's part of what makes a real Knicks fan is like this is a very bittersweet moment because, of course, you want to watch your team win the championship, but that also means we have like 8 months not 8 months, maybe it's 6 months of no more Knicks basketball. It also means that
but then we got summer league. Look, the draft is what, a week? In a week, it's next week.
Yeah, but we don't have draft picks.
I know, but it's that's what happens
God
with
knows.
Football. The draft in May, it's exciting.
God knows we traded all those away for Mikal Bridges.
Right, of course, but that didn't go too poorly.
Did you
Cam,
see
my
Josh?
point is that everything changes, right? So we won, there may be some changes. If we lost, there would be more changes. So we'll see how it goes. What about Josh?
During the post-game interview, him and Mikal sit down, and Mikal's crying. I'm sure you saw him on the sidelines. He's so happy.
He was crying
after missing the chance to win a ring with the Suns. He finally did it. It's a special thing, and I get that. And one of the reporters said, Mikal, what do you got to say to all those people that have been saying, the Knicks traded so many picks for Mikal Bridges, and now they're saying something completely different. And Josh said, oh, you're talking about forget them picks? And Mikal said, no, I think she means fuck them picks. And they were like smiling and laughing, and
they beep him out. They bleeped him out.
They were like, yeah, fuck them picks. I'm sure they were bleeped out on ABC, but on the YouTube video that I watched, they weren't. It's so funny. Mikal's like, fuck them picks.
That's funny.
Did you see the video of Jalen coming up to talk to Shaq and Kenny and all the guys after the game?
No, because I was asleep by then. You got home late from the bar.
You got to find it on YouTube. It's so funny. Rick Brunson comes up, and they're like, Rick, congratulations. And then 10 feet behind him up the stairs stumbles pissed drunk Jalen Brunson. And he's wearing his champagne goggles on his face with the championship hat. And they're like, champ, what's up? And he kind of slumps down in the chair. Like he's clearly pissed drunk. And it's so funny to watch. They're like, Jalen, what are you going to do? And he was like, at first he's like, just got to put on and play good basketball and finish up. And they're like, dude, you won the game. You don't have to put on the face anymore. And he was like, we did that shit, or something like that. It was pretty funny. He was very funny. There's a video.
So I have to look it up on YouTube. I gotta say though, we started the show right in the middle of the playoffs, and a lot of shit was going on, and this has been great. We've been excited about it. So we're gonna have to let the air out of the balloon. Next week, we got to figure out something else to talk about. It might be, the upcoming NFL season, that maybe basketball next year, maybe the women. I don't know. We have to figure something out because
we're gonna talk about the women. We're going to talk about the upcoming football season because that's coming very soon. We'll talk about the NBA draft soon. And I think
I saw Cam Scattaboo in San Antonio. He was on the sidelines.
And you also saw that. You also saw that video that I sent you.
Yeah, with the three of them, with the guys up in the rafters.
Theo Johnson pans over to Cam Scattaboo, and he's like freaking out. They can't believe it. But hopefully that energy. They see what New York is built about when they play good sports, because maybe that'll carry them into a successful season. And let's hope, they see.
Let's do that. What the thing is, though? The Giants and even the Jets for many years have been not a New Jersey team. They're the New York Football Giants, but they used to play years ago in Yankee Stadium in the Polo Grounds. So they were in New York. The Knicks are New York. They're in the city. The Garden's there. People are running on the streets. It's a little different than and with the football, it's not going to be in MetLife Stadium.
No.
The Super Bowl is going to be somewhere else, some warm place or whatever. So I just think it's just different. Like basketball, I mean, even hockey is not as look. I love Neil down in South Carolina. Shout out to Neil. I like hockey. Not as into hockey, but basketball is like the fabric of New York. I mean, if you go way back to the 60s and 70s, and it is so a part of everything in New York. People were so excited. They've been living for this for so many
Patrick
years.
Ewing cry.
Yeah, he was crying,
Cat.
He was hugging Cat. I saw that picture.
It looked like
because he came so close. He wanted to do it for New York.
They
came
healed
so
something
close
in these guys.
Get it done.
And you know what? He works for the Knicks organization, so it finally means Patrick Ewing gets his ring.
Yeah, he does, right? He works for them. That's cool. I think that's awesome. All right,
too.
so
And
let's
did you see, before we close up, did you see the thing that said, like, your Audi is a massive Knicks fan, and then it's a picture of John Turturro on the side of the Knicks?
Yeah.
Because Severance.
Was that a meme or was that a advertisement?
It's a Severance meme.
Yeah, that's great. So if anybody watches Severance, they should definitely check it out.
Commercial of the kid running through the streets to the garden.
No.
Oh, let me find it.
You want to find it?
And then we'll end after that.
Okay. All right. We'll pull it up and share the screen.
Yep.
And then we will talk about what we're going to, we already talked about what we're going to cover next week. So we're all good.
All right.
You got it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yep. Share it. Play it. Make sure the thing. There you go.
See, now I'm making myself cry again. Those kind of things are amazing to watch. And, you see everybody that they played that before the trophy ceremony last night.
Right.
That show him running through the streets. It's just.
All right. I'll tell you this because we're almost starting a new season next week, right? We had a very short, with 5 episodes. We have, and I wish you and I thought of this podcast earlier in the year, right? But we've had a pretty good, Cam and Mitch have had a pretty good
that's fucking
sports run this season, right? We drove out to Penn State just because they were in town and we're like, oh, we got to see a game, right? And you were living home and we drove 4 hours each way and it was epic. And then they go through the playoffs, unbelievable. They make it to Miami. A very good friend of ours gets us to the game. It was nuts. We saw that. And then the Knicks. Now, NFL season's over, so we'll see. The Giants are building up. We'll see what happens next season with them. I mean, just really crazy. So I know I said to you that you said we're going to figure it out, and we will. If the Giants make it to the Super Bowl, we got to figure some way to get there. So we will.
We're going to
check that out. Yeah, and so next week, if you're starting to tune in, you're starting to share the show, please subscribe and share the show and share our posts on Instagram and. Let's keep it rolling. Next week, we already talked about what we're going to talk about. You got any last thoughts for today or for next week?
If what brought you here is our 2026 New York Knicks, there will be commentary about them throughout the offseason.
For a while.
There's going to be stuff going on. We're going to see special releases of unique sneakers. We're going to see invitations of Jalen and Kat on Saturday Night Live. We're going to see all kinds of different stuff. So we'll highlight those things.
Well, Saturday Night Live's off season now, so they're probably not going to do that.
Or
maybe
like
next
the
year.
Tonight Show, or
maybe they open the season with Jalen. I don't know, but I will tell you this. I want to put it out to the ethosphere, right? I want to put it out there. If Jalen or Josh or any of the guys see the show, we would love to have you
man,
as a guest on the show. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We only do a half an hour show as it is, so we went a little long tonight.
You could be
but
Ariel Huckporty, Pacom Dadier. We don't care. If a member of the 2026 New York Knicks wants to speak to us, we'll make a whole piece for you.
Come on the show.
I know. That would be awesome. But
all right, we'll end it there, Cam. You want to sign off?
Yeah, I mean, to the Knicks fans, to the Knicks players, to all of us New Yorkers, we love you guys.
Go New York, go New York, go. All right, till next week, buddy.
Next week, but we'll be back next season too. So
I'm Mitch in New Jersey,
and I'm Camden in Fort Worth, and this has been the best Knicks season in 53 years.
See you next week.